Hello and welcome to the LSP's tutorial on shared records. In this tutorial we will create a data type model with two associated shared records. First, let us define what a record actually is. A record is a user-defined, structured data type. The structure of a record is defined by its fields. Every field defines its data type, be it a simple type or complex type. On runtime, a record instance can be created based on the record. We distinguish between common and shared records. An instance of a common record only exists during runtime, while instances of shared records are persisted in database tables and outlive their model instances. Every shared record translates into one database table. Note that you cannot create records using exclusively expression language. They can be defined only in the data type definition file. So let's create the file. Right-click on your module, go to New, go to Data Type Definition. Let's change the name of the definition file. Here we have our newly created data type definition. Here is a redundant one. Let's delete this one. Now we are ready to create our data types. We will create two records associated, two records. We will create the book record and the author record. So let's create the book record, which will be a shared record. Right-click into the canvas, go to New, click Shared Record. Let's call it Book. Since every shared record is represented in the database as a table, the record is automatically generated with the field that is its primary key. Now we need our other fields. So let's say it will be title of type string. And let's add the field genre of type genre. And we will define genre as an enumeration with two literal values. Let's pick enumeration from the palette. Let's call it genre. Let's say fiction. And another field that will be non-fiction. Now we need to create our record type, record author. So let's create the record author and let's add fields first name of type string and and surname as well of type string. Now we need to establish the association between the author and the book. So let's pull an association using the quick linker from author to book. This association is currently not navigable since none of its ends has a name. We would like to navigate from author to book. Book in this case is the target of the association, so we go to target and name the end of the association so it becomes navigable. For the sake of simplicity, we keep the multiplicity on single. We don't want it to be a composition. Let's save. Yeah, it's saved. The database schema is created in the moment a model is uploaded to the server. So let's upload it to the server, but let's not instantiate it yet. Upload as model. Let's check that it's uploaded. Now let's take a look at the database structure. Let's refresh it. We see that the book and author tables are already present in the database, even though we have only uploaded the model. So let's get back to the modeling perspective of LSPS, and let's instantiate our record in the process. So we go to the process, and we can, for example, do it on the log task in the assignments. When the log task is started, the following expression that will instantiate our record will be executed. Instantiating the record is performed using the new keyword and the name of the record, which in our case is author. I use the author completion to help me out. So the first name is a simple type, and it's a string. Surname is again a string and a simple type. Book navigates to the book record, so I know that the value must be of type book. Hence, I have to instantiate yet another record. And again, I use auto-completion. And genre is enumeration, so I will pick genre, and with auto-completion I know that the values are fiction or non-fiction, so we use fiction. Let's save. Okay. And let's run our model. So we right-click our model, click Run As, so it is uploaded, updated, and instantiated. We can go to Management. So it seems it was executed and finished successfully. Now we can go to our database, refresh, and here we see our record entry. Notice that the author table has the foreign key to the book. This was the tutorial on data types in LSPS. Thank you for watching.